Tonight, Cutting Edge visits the story of the last storm of 2017, which wreaked havoc for some families and homeowners in Soweto.
Bengafanelanga ngizirufela fana ngabe kudala bangipha amazenke noba amasimenda ayi2 okunye ngizogcwalisela.
If cosmopolitan houses cannot withstand the drill, how can it withstand the storm?
I never knew like a year.
Hanga be this thing inside Busubo, Gabutle di Tupotika Uswaka.
No, in my roof.
December 30th, 2017. While most people were preparing for year-end, the people of Glenridge and Protea had no idea that it was more than just their old calendars that were coming to an end. A traumatic experience that Mom Olga and her 2 sons will never forget.
Ngibone nami le dust yabo. So lo mdala lo uphethe umchannel uyachanela ngithi mina nqaba uchannela kanjani imvula engaka iza so mangiqeda nje ukusho kanjalo ngimuzwe naye sekathi mama azivalele ngaphakathi ngibaleke ngize this side of the house kanti kusho ukuthi mangibaleka ngiza this side of the house ibonda liyawa liwela kwi-Wendy house. Now zimuwele he's trapped and asikho aware ngoba nginalo mncane endlini. Sibaleke ke kuvuleka iminyango iphushe the whole furniture from dining room to sitting room iphushe isele ngingale lo mncane ungaphe kamereni. That time iroof seyisukile phezulu angimemeze mama yazi nakimi kuvele kwaba blank angizange ngisazi ukuthi ungimemeza ukuphi ngithi woza bamba isandla ngimdonse kanti ebebambelele ngombhedo wami and if ebengabambelelanga ngombhedo wami the way umoya bo strong ngakhona bowuphuma naye abambelele ngimdonse sibaleke siye to that other room elisekhona sizifihle khona sizwe lo sekezoshaya ibhatla la bambelele ibhatla mangivula umnyango it's then I realized with the whole wall nama spike zonke ziwile phansi. I could not understand ukuthi kanti really what is happening. That time sifuna isikhiya ukuthi simvulele bese kungathi kuba ngcono yabo sisithola isikhiya sisivulele masiqeda nje ukukhiya sivala umnyango. Yes sis. Kwaba ngathi iqala phansi lento kwaphuka amafastera sathatha izinto sazivala ukuthi at least ama glass ngoba aphuka angasilimazi yabo sazivala sayohlala phansi. You know what hurts me the most? Instead of mina ngiprotect abantwana bami bona they were protecting me. Ukuthi no ngcono kufe thina kunokuthi kufe wena because if you die sizosala nobani. Mama ungakhali but all the same I was praying.
Some had to cut their holidays short.
Nane kele go di ntwele di off kele ko gae jwa ka ke bereka sepetlele and then they just called me and told me that ntlo ya ka e wele. So ke timile fela from my province to come here ka humana ntlo ka ile kana mkhono e hlakahlakane kana mkhono diphahlo already ba gashane ba ka ba nthusitse ba dintshitse dile ba di beile ko dintlong tsa bona. Ntlo ka e tsamaile roof and then le side e one ya ka mo e le botola ka mo ntwela front le wele because ne ke kentse mafastera a di aluminum already a phetlekle ka ofela ga ona le roof e tsamaile ka ofela. Ke lahlagetse ke tšhelete ngata a ke tsebe le rona na fridge ya kae because batho ba ne ba di thušane le ba bangata fridge stove and then TV yona e senyegile already ke bone ba police tse dingwe ne di nka ke batho a ke tsebe mohlomongwe after ke seno fetsa go aga batla di tlisha ba re ke ntho tsa hao I don't know.
It's a call from Limpopo ne ka di 30 around past 4 to 5 ne ba mpotsa re ntlo di wele mo Protea and then ya ka yona bile west awa so ke founela angela ka rene ba tla ba thushe mo bantshe everything yele even though very damage TV tsa ga di fedile everything entle ga kusana next awa so check ada do you think ntlo ya bonte ka baso mo movie lo ba mo movie a tsebe rutle jang go remove awa so get scratches all over here I don't ntwe re ka re sharp le botolawa from like this and then lawa like and when ale motho ka magare and then at least no protectile ke wardrobe ye or survive but o tlhotswa sepetle so and no ka check ka monte mo le boto mo le weleng ona there was no even like a sign ya cement ke mo rate if o ka check ara what and then o bona rujwa like at least o sna le bana o sna next o le ba motho ba ka da a kgona survive what so like I said the one sign ya cement from mo weleng o
okay neng mo
I think any April or March
2017
yeah last year
never
I never knew like a year.
Areas like Glenridge were designed as low-cost housing areas to accommodate working-class people who don't qualify for government subsidies but need housing. Developed by property giants like Cosmopolitan Projects and Chiron Properties, community members say the houses are poorly built.
Tabatadi bondi they differ with other people. You'll find out deposits abona. They've paid maybe deposit 18, a lump sum 18. Others probably they've paid cash. But average, bongata babatu rewela kobo 5 point something, 4 point something. We wela babang kobo 6 towards 7. That's where the average. I don't think there's anyone who patalam below 3,000 or below 4,000. And we talk of that is the money long or ingata holo in extent that you know na hana luena hore kili tipeche ne kili shorake aha mona kimutsi wabana baka. But now it's a setback. Others, well, the insurance, the work about affiliation, so there's so much that is happening, but I cannot shelter. Where do I sleep at this particular moment?
Why did they say these houses are of good quality and somebody can occupy? And the banks as well. The banks must come to the party into this thing because we are buying these banks not from Cosmopolitan. It is the bank that facilitates the whole thing. So the product that they are buying from Cosmopolitan, because bank is a middleman, so the product that they are getting from Cosmopolitan, are they not worried about what they are selling to us? Because the product is not good at all. But then the banks, of course, we know the system in the country, they are profit driven. But we are saying to them, can you for a moment put profit aside and think about humanity?
The people of Glenridge say they had to form a crisis committee to represent the community after their councillor failed them.
Nangaibone councillor. Nibonil. But councillor. Angazi it's holidays, it's what. Yes, it's holidays, it's new if batabantu bafile. You should have been there. So I angas konozile wangibuza ukuthi amapipe amanzi ayasebenza ngathi yes ayasebenza. Wathi dirty boxing nayo ngathi hayi anginayo dirty box wathi bazothumela dirty box. Yilogo nje and then bazosithumelela because yonke lento le beyila singakwazi ukudlula. Yonke abafana laba balana bacelwa ukuthi maba try ukukhipha udoti bawubeke estradeni because akunaganda ganda ezongena la. Bawubeke estradeni and then kuzoziganda isusi ayika isusi namanje.
take an in-depth look of all your stories of the day across the world. Stay tuned to Primetime News every day from 18 hours.
A few days after the storm, some Glenridge residents took to the streets, protesting and blocking off roads in frustration to the lack of relevant urgent aid and accommodation assistance.
This much Italy after the mayor had promised people that he will come and hear the lots about Sebaka. And then people I was part of it anyway. Le team remata rezabalaza gakwala N12 untate ra kwala fasa. Maponesa tla ka di raba bullet ra yema. I think that was the alarm. Because from that time, that's where we got an attention at this developer Cosmo, Haitlafitabo City, Bataka report the Rebona Department, it's about provincial, social development, back in about Faba to body job. But the core thing, as the resident, I want that to be clear. I'm not saying, but the main thing in Sri Lanka, these people have a soka bahella. Any statements from committee refasona, but bana no manchwana are right babona. So kiona the main thing. Protea by Luanela.
Government inazimali zokwenza ezinye izinto. But imali ukuthi kusiza abantu kanje fanele bawuhlala etafuleni, they must discuss it, they must what yabo. You'll end up speaking izinto kungafanelanga uzikhulume la TV because makungawa indlu minister. In 2 days that house will be built. If insurance yakhe uyibhadale nini kanjani yakhe insurance because he's a minister. So ke mawufana nathi ihluphekela njengathi it will take time. Bekungafanelanga ngizirufela fana ngabe kudala bangipha amazenke noba amasimenda i2 okunye ngizogcwalisela. Yes igross I'm happy. But igross ngizoyidla and then what ngihlele estradeni.
Le responde by at least idrile ko at least batho ba protest ba strike ba di N12 da le mo di robotong or at least ovele something yana se lorne batho ba stira over. If it was not that le no bertla ba roba la ga dikolo. There's this guy, the guy wa I think he's not from South Africa, he's somewhere from outside us, but at least I'm feeling accommodation. So we not ampeto mo ani ke plomada. And then but the constructor this thing can take 3 months. But da kur plomang is just 1 month. We don't never know what after that to plomaga. It is the RDP no because we so. Because will damage so, understand? But this one get bond and get patella every month. Understand? They know that they what about the shelter one. But they know already they have got the message or everything is messed up like this.
Really ndaba zama insurance uthi abantu bazogijima baye ema officeini bathini bathi basazo assess. What are they assessing? Umhlaba umoshakale kanje kumoshakale. Abantu abanama insurance mababalungisela izindlu zabo bahlale ezindlini zabo and then after that bazokhuluma nabo after if they have to pay more they'll try and pay more behlele ezindlini because kona manje sihlele estradeni. If imvula ingana la kuphelile futhi ngathi.
With more questions than answers, we turned to the constructors of these houses to hear what they say about this disaster.
All our houses are registered with the National Home Builders Registration Council. They ensure compliance with all the national standards. The building department in the municipality, they have a building inspectorate, and they give an occupation certificate before anyone is allowed to occupy any of our houses. The banks do also check our houses because most of them are bank financed. We have an internal department that deals with quality standards. On the materials, they are all SABC approved, so it's all up to standard.
Mantlwana rona ausi ho tshelwa fela slate mona a o ke a bolella o ka tloa mona wa ya Joburg ka o khutlo tlo thola ditena se di emetsa ntlo ho sana o khutla ntlo di rufetse. That is the standard sa mantlwana di wa ahiwang ka teng. Hence I'm saying to you that Cosmo e bapala ka batho, Cosmo le bo Kairon bana ba pusha fela production or ha ba fitla ba re rentse production and so we are aware as community.
How can you build a house where you don't have a foundation? You put a slab as an alternative of a foundation. What do you expect?
All our houses do have foundations. In Protea Glen, the area is a dolomite area. So we use a raft foundation. So the engineers basically designed that foundation to spread the weight of the house over a wider area, not like the traditional ways, where it's a strip footing with bricks on top of it. So it's a raft foundation where the clients refer to it as a slab.
There are residents who claim they picked up on the poor standards before taking occupation of their houses, but were ignored. Like this email, where a homeowner picked up some defects back in 2015, but was never addressed.
If you look at the house behind me, it's an extended house. But if you look at which house has, the part which has been damaged, the house that has been built by Cosmopolitan is finished. And you look at the other side, which has this owner of the house has built for himself, it's still standing. So that just goes to show. I mean, after addressing the community, there are people who came to me and they gave me emails. They've showed me emails where they've been engaging with Cosmopolitan before they could even occupy these houses. That there are cracks before we could even occupy. And one lady that I will never forget came to me and said while the husband was drilling for them to put up the curtain rails, they drilled through the wall. If Cosmopolitan houses cannot withstand the drill, how can it withstand the storm?
On all the work we do, we've got a paper trial. Before a client occupies, we go through a rigorous inspection sheet, and if there are any issues that we pick up, we go back and fix. We have a 3-month retention process, and there are several warranties and guarantees. For instance, if it's the electricals, it's 3 months, plumbing is 3 months, roof is a year. So we look at that, and in this instance, would need to draw the file, have a look at the paper trail, and we can assure the affected person that we'll do our best to assist.
Technology is used for both positive and negative.
Some governments block the internet in times of protest.
With this internet blackout, it's impossible for me to do it, so I have to travel to Douala.
This act is a true violation of the rights of citizens.
In Africa, people are always coming up with innovative ways to use technology to solve some of their problems.
The more interesting piece of technology is actually the artificial intelligence.
AI, it's utilizing data to make your life easier.
On Network, we give you Africa's technology and social media news.
For all your technology news, join Siphumelele Zondi every Saturday at 17:30.
News at 9. We go beyond the headlines of the day's breaking news to bring you all the angles and in-depth analysis of stories. We go beyond the surface, including on how it will impact your life. Join us every day at 9 to zoom in on the day's big stories.
The people say the houses built by Cosmo are not of good value.
These houses, even though bagadi fix bagadi at least repatele like maybe 1.5 years at least.
Ha pula ena ha ona no we mathela ntlung ya hao o kampano a dula ka rakolo ya hao instead of so tshaba re ntlo ena ka nne ya ba le yona tomorrow. So we are grieving, we are crying. I don't know what else we must do.
It cannot be business as usual for Cosmopolitan and Chiron that they will continue building while people are complaining. And the sad part is that when we complain, when we go back to them, nobody wants to listen to us. So we have to do something radical so that we can get their attention. So there will be no further development in Protea until this matter has been resolved amicably.
But Cosmopolitan says their houses meet all the required standards and that the tornadic storm strength couldn't have been anticipated.
According to SA Weather, the storm that hit Protea Glen was a tornadic supercell thunderstorm, and the classification of the wind speed of that specific storm was up to 200 to 220 kilometer wind speeds. So the houses were not designed for that wind speed because by the storm was very severe. So we did meet the standards that's currently required, but the storm was stronger than what the house is designed for.
The National Home Builders Registration Council, or NHBRC, says they vigorously check all the houses.
Our inspectors are mandated to go out and to inspect the houses at 4 different stages.
And was this done for all those houses?
Well, right now we are waiting for our own technical people to come back to us with the reports on all the work that they have done, and that will certainly form part of the report that we are waiting for in terms of the second, more detailed technical evaluation report. 3,500 units were assessed as a preliminary assessment. During that time, there were 862 houses that were found to have been damaged by the storm. 7 of those houses have been structurally damaged, so they really need to be repaired.
You'll fix, then tomorrow the damage will happen. People have been given food. Food is not enough. Here we talk of a middle class people that are able to pay the bonds. I mean, there was another thing in Cape Town. I'm just being honest to you, my dear, where there was that fire in Chisamantlu. Lot of millions were invested there because of the color of the skin. There were white people in that area. In Cape Town there, whereby there was a fire in Chisamantlu, but was senior like here we talk of a storm. It's a natural disaster. But therefore, question is, if this thing will come up again in February, will come again in March, will come again in April, what will be saying here?
Currently, we have looked at a first report and we have seen the damage that was done on the houses from a visual report. We have seen that the houses, the 7 houses were very badly damaged. We saw the roof damage. We also saw that there were boundary walls that were very, very badly damaged. So all of that was visually, and we were able to ascertain what the issue was. Now, in terms of our second report, we've asked our inspectors to go and to do a more technical assessment. We need them to talk to us about the roof designs, about the structural integrity of the houses, about the types of material used, all of those technical issues that can only be done with a very in-depth kind of investigation. So we certainly are waiting for that.
It's been a great back and forth.
These people are not taking us serious, and we are saying as the crisis committee, come, let us talk. Let us find a solution, because we are not happy when we keep on closing the road, trying to get the attention, and so that does not excite us. What excites us is that let's sit around the table, let's find each other, and let's have an amicable solution into the whole matter. Because at the end of the day, we feel that Cosmopolitan, together with Chiron, they are not treating us as clients. They are just treating us as customers. You know, when you're a customer, you go to a shop, right, or you go to a spaza shop, you buy a loaf of bread. That's it. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. You are a customer. But when I'm a client, you've got my personal details. And this is so-called an investment. A property should be an investment in its rightful manner. But at this point in time, standing here with you, with Cosmopolitan and Chiron building, I don't think that's an investment.
We've had several meetings with the affected clients. I must clarify that some of the people are not our clients, so I'll only talk about the Cosmopolitan clients. We've had several meetings with them, and we are having ongoing consultations. We are assisting with accommodation, the 5 cases that Yaku mentions, and we are assisting with the paperwork.
Chiron Properties declined an interview with us, but wrote a response citing there was nothing they could have done to prevent the damages, as the storm, a natural occurrence, was and will continue to be inescapable in that area. Cosmo and the NHBRC have committed to assisting the residents wherever they can.
Our team are on site, and we have a team in the office phoning all our clients to try and assess what the damage are. We'll go out, we'll formulate it properly, we'll help them with the insurance claims, we'll communicate with the banks. Currently we do that, and we just don't want to compromise any of the insurance processes. But once the insurance are happy, we will help assist to restore the houses as before.
What we need to understand is that the standards in terms of the current legislation were set at a time back in 1998, 1999. So in other words, there were standards that were set, and they were fine, and they fit into, or should I say, all the buildings were able to fit into those particular standards. With the kind of climatic conditions that we are now experiencing with global warming, with climatic changes, it would appear that there is a need for us to re-look at those standards.
They must make sure whatever material they must use a good material. All people, after 3 months, whatever, there's no scratches of the house and anything. But we better check and proper, you understand? Not to even this storm still. You can say the storm whatever, but at least this so they must use a proper material to build a bond house.